Welcome to the 2025 Vanguard baseball season preview. I'm here with head coach Rob Pegg. And coach, it comes around real quick. We're into January and we've got the season coming up here in just a couple of weeks here at the Dean Harvey Field on January 31st, and we're going to be playing our first year of NCAA Division II, our first year as a member of the Pac-West Conference. And normally with these interviews, we don't start talking about schedule right away, but because it's such a unique schedule, I think this is a great starting point. 50 games on the schedule this year. 44 of those 50 games are going to be Pac-West games. 4-game series. Doubleheaders on Friday and Saturday, and only 6 non-conference games. So we're going to start the season on the weekend of January 31st against Cal State LA, and then we bring in Cedarville for some more games the following week. Give me your thoughts on this schedule, because being in the NAIA all these years, there were a lot of midweek games that we would play and a lot more non-conference opponents, but with only 6 non-conference games and a 44-game conference schedule, what does this all mean to you?
It's funny, the conference schedule, I'm pretty sure that's the biggest percentage of conference games of any baseball collegiate program out there, or any league. So it's nice. I'll be honest, from my side, it was nice because not hard to find the 6 games to make up. Last year was a challenge with that. So it's nice to have those games in front of you. Very tough conference. Excited to have all the old familiar foes kind of back in there, from our old GSAC a number of years ago at this stage, and then the school's up in Hawaii. Should be fun. Looking forward to it. Every week's going to be a new test. Obviously, we start with Cal State LA, always a strong program, talented. And then Cedarville from Ohio, that'll be a fun one coming in. The second one, a buddy of mine, actually, their head coach, Matt Richter, we played against each other. In fact, my last day of college baseball, we were in the conference tournament. He played on a rival team. And anyways, long history between us, so I was happy that he's able to bring his team down and enjoy that. Should be very eventful. Top to bottom, really competitive conference, talented teams. There's no off days. You got to show up. Every victory is well earned and very tough to get.
And of course, we talked about Hawaii. You'll be going out there in April for an extended stay against a couple of opponents, and that'll be exciting.
Yeah, 9 days in Hawaii. So guys are looking forward to that. Hopefully, we're in a really good spot on the year. Go out there, and I think that's our second last series of the year out there. So weather, I know that's one guys have circled early on. And hopefully that's an enjoyable trip. Looking forward to that for sure, and everything that brings.
And then of course playing the likes of Biola and Azusa Pacific and Concordia, and like you said, all these old rivals that we used to go up against in the GSAC.
Yeah, tons of memories as a player, assistant coach, and even head coach, and get back in those battles. So yeah, it'll be fun, and all very storied programs, successful programs in their ride. So the challenge is high, but we're looking forward to it.
So let's talk about the players, and then looking at the roster, you've got a mixture of some returning players along with a lot of newcomers, trying to blend all those guys in. In general, how has that process worked out over fall ball, going into the prep for the season? How are the guys getting along, and what kind of chemistry do we have?
Yeah, it was interesting, right? You said that, because when we started the fall, we had an exact split in terms of returners and newcomers in the program, and that's always an interesting dynamic. The beauty of college sports is it's a new team every year. The dynamic of it, we've worked hard. Chemistry, a brotherhood mindset, and how we do things is very important. And honestly, from my fall meetings and meeting with some of the leaders, the guys speak highly of this group. They feel they're very together, similar goals. They're workers. The coaching staff, very impressed with these guys. Like they want to be good, they take what they do seriously, but they know how to have fun with one another. And if we can keep that, keep that throughout the year, I think, you know, it'll be a successful year regardless if we keep that mindset.
So when we go into the different position groups and start with catcher, we have Abe Hernandez behind the dish. It looks like he might be the first option right now in terms of starter, or who else is challenging you?
Yeah, you know, it was interesting, right? Because we had the Gold Glove winner. We thought maybe he was returning, but he had another opportunity. So Abe, really impressed with his growth. Worked extremely hard over the summers. Had a good fall, and he's going to be definitely one of the top guys. Now the conference, I will say, the schedule is grinding on a catcher because you play those 4 games in 2 days, and there's not many guys that can do that. So having depth at the catching position is very important. Angel Perez has really stepped up for us as a freshman. He's come in, he's had a very impressive fall. Just overall, he'll get some opportunity. Kip Famularo, utility guy, brought him in as a catcher as a freshman, hasn't caught a ton over his career, but he's gifted back there, he's worked more, he'll probably have some time as well. And then Joey Cordola, you know, has grown as a player as well, and you know, he can hold his own back there. So we're happy with the depth. Ibar, the guy's been working really hard. You know, that's the position that I played. So I'm on those guys, try to encourage them, but keep high standards with them, and hopefully they can do well. They play well, we're going to be in a good spot.
High expectations.
Yeah.
Then we go to the infield, and there are a couple of guys up the middle who are tried and true, veteran guys, veteran leadership. I'll let you go and kind of expand on that before we talk about the corner positions.
Yeah, we're going to rely, you know, the middle of your infield, extremely important in this game. Fred Buxton and Jared Mazzafaro, they're both returning. Happy to have those guys back to complete their journey in college baseball. Both are gifted guys, have ambitions to play and be involved in the game at different capacities beyond that. But yeah, those guys are tried and true, been in a lot of battles, a lot of situations, so we're happy to rest upon them. And then another infielder that's really grown in the program is Evan Avicia. He can play all 3 positions for us. Tough out, you know, great competitor, and he's going to carry a lot of the weight as well. So,
what about the hot corner and first base? Because last year we had some incumbents there. Antonio Amfroy played for several years at first base. At third base, you had Adam Stevens, and those guys have moved on from the program. So who might be taking those positions?
Yeah, both of those are kind of new guys. First base transfer, Tristan Gallegos has come in. Very impressed with him. Love his mindset. Love his compete level. Brian Paymard, who was with us a little bit last year, he can hold his own. You know, so those guys will probably get the early opportunities. And then third, mentioned Evan, and then a couple newcomers. You know, Josh Leichhardt has came in. He's kind of a utility guy. Can work over there. He can probably see some time in that. And then honestly, Kip, he's our super utility guy. He might find some opportunities at third too. So number of different options. It'll be interesting. I don't see this team as just sort of, hey, here's the 9 or 10 guys. There's really a rotation of probably 13 guys that could find themselves in the lineup at some point and contribute.
And then heading to the outfield, first guy that comes to mind there is Levi Hall. Had an outstanding year last year, put up some great numbers. Talk about him and then also some of the other guys that are going to be filling those outfield spots. Yeah,
outfield always, we've been blessed with some good depth in our outfield over the years. Levi's done a good job, and you know, hopefully he can carry that forward into the season. Noah Madole was the guy that really, you know, he's been a big presence for us, just as a teammate. You know how he finished last year. He's carried that on. He's looked really good. Some newcomers, some freshman guys, a couple guys that were injured last year coming up will be in the mix. Transfer Jackson Davis is in the mix. We just call him Shiggy, but Tyler Shiganaga, he's done really well in there. Some other transfer guys, Chase Easter, he's really improved, you know, spot guy. So yeah, I'm probably missing someone off the top of my head there, but those will be the early opportunities for guys rotating around and see what happens.
Now, one change also in going from NAIA to NCAA Division II is the removal of the reentry rule, and I know that was something that you used to your benefit at the NAIA level, especially with the stolen base opportunities and things like that. Once you come in as a pinch runner, and you've done that, you're burned for the game. That's it.
Yeah.
So how does that change your strategy going into the year?
I'm sure you got the sports administrators kind of thankful for that rule, because that was always a headache for you guys. Be like, oh, who's in now? What's going in? Because I did try to use that. I'm actually that's a rule I'm gonna miss, mainly because it allowed you to utilize your roster a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And you had a safety net that if you gave a guy a chance and things went sideways, you could recover from that. Now it's a little more cut and dried. You're gonna be a little more hesitant to take a guy out because you're like, hey, he's not coming back in, so you better make sure you got the game in hand moving forward with that. So I think it's just, and as you even in the recruiting process, the old rule, you could kind of find a niche guy. It's like, well, he's really good at this, but maybe not. Now you're looking for more complete guys across the board. If they're deficient in an area, maybe not quite as much opportunity for them. So yeah, I think you just have to be a little more cautious. Catchers are running for themselves again, so that's we're gonna still have a 7-4 runner in there instead of a 6-4 guy. So.
Substitutions will be at a premium here.
Yeah, pick them wisely. Yeah, not quite as free flowing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we head to the mound, pitching staff, and again, a mixture of some returning players along with some newcomers. We talk about the top of the staff and who's there. You've got a gem in Spencer Edmondson. Last year, 5-4, 68 strikeouts in 60 and 2/3 innings. So a guy that can punch out a lot of guys. That's a great starting place, is it not?
Yeah. No, we're happy to have Spencer returning for this journey. He did an excellent job for us last year. Was nominated an all-conference guy, and so definitely hope he can continue to move forward. Had a solid fall. Just the process we have with pitchers. We try not to burn the pitchers out too much in the fall, knowing the season that's in front of them. And so he's managed that. He's been in a lot of battles, knows how to compete and handle himself. So yeah, it's nice. He'll definitely be a rotation guy helping us. I think our pitching staff as a whole, our strength is really in our numbers this year. You see in professional baseball, there's a lot of different philosophies with how they do things. One that sticks out in my mind was kind of the Detroit Tigers this year, and how they really had one bona fide starter and then they relied on their pen. And so that's, again, an interesting dynamic. You have the back-to-back double headers. You have to be strategic in how you use guys, who can bounce back 2 days in a row, who can extend. On the starting, Spencer will be there. Jay Kiner has done a good job for us and grown. Expect opportunities out of him. Chris Parleski, who's transferred in, has a good resume. We're excited for him. Jesus Barreto has really improved for us this year, and he had a fantastic fall, and he's going to definitely get some starts for us as well. And then there's a handful of guys that could be starters potentially, depending on the roles that we use them. So pitching as a whole is just something that you never really. It's kind of a flow weekend to weekend. You like for it to be cut and dried, and guys all get it done, but. It's you always have to make adjustments on the fly. So we're thankful for our depth, at least starting.
Parleski is a guy that Vanguard has faced before, transfer from St. Catherine. What kind of stuff does he possess?
Yeah, we're blessed to have him, man. He's a great kid. He's a great competitor. Knows how to pitch, knows how to compete, move the ball around. He's going to be an upper eights guy and sinker slider and different varieties and stuff like that. But he's pretty versatile in how he can attack hitters.
Now, I know you said that numbers are in your favor. When we talk about the bullpen and some of the guys that, of course, a lot of teams now are doing staff days where you're throwing 7 or 8 guys throughout the course of a game to get through the game. So I don't know, is that a strategy you might employ this year?
Yeah, no doubt. Like it's kind of the mindset. And if you have the guys that can do it, it's a possibility. We can have a couple different strategies depending on how it's going, how the starters are doing, what it all looks like. So that'll be one that's not scripted at the moment. There's a plan, and then you make adjustments as you go into the games and the series. But yeah, you could see 6 different guys in a 7-inning game and stuff like that. Keep it going.
Keep it going. Well, we're getting ready for a 50-game schedule. I think 30 of those 50 are at Dean Harvey Field, so lots of opportunities for fans to get out and see the blue and gold compete. Any other thoughts on the season before we conclude?
Yeah, no, just excited. Again, thankful for the coaching staff that we have. That's nice. We got some consistency in there. Great guys doing a phenomenal job. And just the spirit of the guys, just wanting to take each game and cherish it and the opportunity to be around each other and play to the max and just have a lot of joy and freedom in playing this game. That's our focus. Allow our talents to take over, but not let the things that detract from your enjoyment. Don't get stuck dwelling on those things. We know the competition's high, and yeah, it's great baseball. Division II baseball in Southern California is an extremely high level, and so just excited for the year, excited for the challenges, excited for this new journey.
It's like they say, on to the next pitch, right?
That's right, next pitch.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time, appreciate it.
Okay, thanks Mike, appreciate you.